Nice. We're live. How's it going, everybody? It is March 9th. And today we're going to be doing some animating. And recently, I've been rewatching the show Final Space. And the animation is just really, really good in that show. It's a really great show. So I figured I would take a clip from that show. We have it right here. I'm going to scrub through and try and break down how they animate, what the animation style of that show is, and then we're going to try and practice it on another rig. So let's get started. I'm going to try and go frame by frame. So here, I like this shot where I don't exactly know the context, but it doesn't really matter. I'm looking at things like how they turn their characters, how the facial acting. Those are the two things that I really want to focus on today because it's really, really good. So let's mute this. We don't need to hear it right now. Take a look at this character here. So with that turn, it's pretty smooth because I guess they're using rigs, right? So if we scrub through, right? Let me try and make this bigger so we can see. If we scrub through here, we'll count the frames. So it's like 1, 2, 3, well, like 6 because it's on 2s, 7, and then this big jump pretty quickly. So it's a pretty big ease out. Pop into this frame, and then they ease in, I think. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? And if we take a look at the head is arcing down, and then it settles up. Okay, so let's try it. My character here is a 360 rig, but we can still do this. Because on a show, right, you're never really going to get a full 360 rig. You're always going to have to deal with some kind of flipping, right? So it's good to know how to do this. So we have this. And he was in quarterback. So he was literally from quarter front to quarterback. And they didn't even go to the profile view. They literally went right to quarterback. His head was in profile. Okay. Right, and I've been wanting to do this for a long time, like analyzing different shows' animation style. And I think this is really going to help my overall animation game. That's kind of what I feel I'm lacking. I don't watch really a lot of animated shows. So I can't really, I don't really get the inspiration. I don't really see how other people do things. So I feel this would be really good. So let's go like this. He's kind of... This was the basic framing. I'll pop this up so we can kind of see where we're going to start. Start on this pose right here. Maybe I can do it like this. Does this take up too much of the screen? I think we should be fine. Let's okay. That's going to be our reference. I thought it was on this. Let's just match. Sort of, we don't really need anything in his hands. Here. Really kind of just want the facial acting. He's looking this way. And if anyone else knows any good animation exercises, I'd love to hear them. Let's just have his hands down by his sides like this. Okay, we're gonna get just a nice pose going. I'm still in the process of redoing this rig, but I'm thinking I'm not going to do it as a 360 rig. It's going to be 180 with a flip. That way it's more accurate to what you're going to see in the studio. And then this style of animation really applies. All right, let's see. And what I really like about this show, if you haven't seen it, it's like funny, but there's a lot of good acting, like facial acting and serious acting, a lot of emotion in a lot of these scenes. So hopefully we can have a good look at those after. Okay, just have his arms like this. Yeah, for those tuning in, how is everybody doing today? In Canada, it was actually a really nice day. In Toronto, the sun was out. We just had some snow last week. Now it seems to be, melting. We had some pretty good snowboarding days. So I finally learned how to snowboard. It took long enough. I can officially say I can now stand up on a board. So that's good. Here we go. Let's drop this. This is too much. Yeah, I feel the belt is going to be important. Okay, that's our pose 1. And then this is our pose 2. So we're going to scrub through here, right? He goes like 2, 4, 6 frames to that flip. And then he settles in. So let's do kind of just like, we'll go 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6. Kind of like the tutorial I posted on doing a flip. It's very similar, I think. And then we'll have here maybe quarterback and looking like this. I've just been thinking of ways to how can I get better at animating, I feel I've taught myself animation, but since I started working at a studio, I haven't really been focusing on actually trying to improve my skills. And that's what I really want to start doing, So here, we'll have the arms just bent a little bit. The body will kind of be facing forward, like this. So we kind of match this pose. We got the arms here. Everyone excited for the weekend? No, it's tomorrow's Friday, so that's basically the weekend, right? Oh, I cannot wait. I definitely need some time to just chill. Let's see. This. Oh. Okay. Right, so we go from here to here. I like how it's not straight up. This eyelids. Like that really helps. Okay. So we have this. 2, 4, 6, 8. Because in here, normally you would put like a profile view and then back view. But in this show, if we scrub through again, they literally go 2, 4, 6 frames, maybe 7, and then right to this flip. Okay, so here, 2, 4, 6, 8. The head is really dropping down. Speeding up. His arms aren't twisting that much. So let's go here. This will be our tweening frame. We want this head, his body. Body's just kind of twisting down. So try to keyframe here. And we'll kind of go with my onion skin to see where he ends up. So 2. Right? We'll go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's get the head tilting down. We have some master controllers, but I don't want to use them because I feel it's going to mess up my expression. That's another thing too. I'm taking this course, so hopefully the master controllers will be fixed on this rig. So just so it won't, like when you pose it out, it won't reset everything. Have his eyelids slightly come down. Just like that. Here we want this arm to start turning like this. Right, we can kind of follow it with our deformers. This arm acts like just like that. This is getting pulled this way. And so we're already getting that turn. Now I wonder if they got away with the popping because the arm was here. Because with mine, arm has a little bit more to travel. Okay. This bun is moving this way. This is moving out. So we're really just manually doing this turn. Right, his ear is coming back. So let's kind of drop this. Get his eyes moving this way. He doesn't really have any hair. So we'll kind of just do this. This will be back, I think. His head is turning out. Let's see how that looks. this, his neck. Start going. And now this, right? If we tween this, let's see how that looks. Right, we're getting a nice tween. Now let's do this pose. So when he pops into this pose, right, he literally goes from here to here. That's a pretty big jump. Notice this part of his hair isn't moving. He goes forward and settles back up. So this, we can kind of push this up a little bit. We'll push this forward. So let me see where the head is. The belt, kind of the same area. Then it goes to, yeah, so his arms are like this. So when we flip, this arm is back a little bit more. And this arm is forward a little bit more. So then they can kind of settle back into place like that. Same with his, let's see his head. How does that look? The head doesn't really move. It just stays in profile, right? So, see, we got to go back a little bit. Actually push his shoulders out like this. Just move him back. See where he is with that. There, this will knock down. Right, we're getting that nice twist. Open up the shoulders, connect that. Whatever, we'll get rid of this. GG Striker 40. How's it going, man? Long time no see. How are ya? What have you been up to? Okay. So now I think it all has to do with our ease. If we do it like this, right? If we just do a regular ease, it doesn't look good because it's slow. So let's check this. It needs a pretty hard ease out. 2, like he's barely moving here. Count the frames. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Let's start with 100. Working on a rig. Nice. What rig? An original character? Is it for like a series? That could be cool. So if this is 100 ease out, and this I'm going to ease in by 100. So it's pretty sharp. Okay, let's play that now here. Let's see how that looks. Okay. Let's try. So if we grab this frame and move it up, now we have an even stronger ease out. I should finish it by tomorrow. Nice. It's an original character. I would love to see it, man. When you finish, post it in the Discord. I want to see it. There you go. It's kind of snappy. And then maybe we can go here and drag this out. So now it has a higher ease in. Okay. Do they add any drag to the head? Let's see. Like, it all seems to be moving at the same time. Maybe the head has a little bit a different ease. Let's try that. Oops. Right, we're just on the head layer here. If I give the head like a 88% ease, and then we'll 88 that, just so it right? It starts a little earlier. Okay, let's try the arms. Let's go in the arms. Get rid of these frames. Try maybe like 78. 0, 0, 78. I just want to see what happens. Right? So now things are sort of moving pretty loose. And now this character, he doesn't have any like hair. But I guess as the head comes down, we can kind of like drag the hair. Let's try that. It comes back. Maybe if we knock it back by 2, that looks okay. But the timing's pretty good. I like that. I like that timing. Whoops. Here. Right, that's a pretty nice way to do a turn. It's pretty quick. We could use this. You know, to this day, I still mess up when I'm doing hair. Like, that looks like shit. I always complicate things, so let's undo everything I just did. We don't need this drag. Or we have the drag in the wrong place. We would put the drag here. right? But that's, I guess, why these live streams are cool. You kind of get to see the whole process, right? The unfiltered, kind of messy, not polished, just my thinking process, right? Of what I'm going through. That might be too much. Okay. Yeah, see, look, that's just crazy. Okay. What the hell's happening there? Yeah, see, that's enough. Okay. Does the bun need secondary action? And a lot of the times, too, it's always like, is the character moving fast enough? Now we could add some overlap too, like this, just a tiny bit, and then it settles. See, settles a little bit after, and that kind of breaks up our character. Do the bangs, and then we got to check out the face, the eyebrows, and then we can move on, I think. So we'll do same thing, kind of out, back, and then we just have a regular tween to settle, right? Nothing fancy, just a little tiny movement. Let's get this guy, because that's probably going to be moving, and then let's do the eyes. Let's see, maybe I won't even add a settle to that. Okay. Right, because even in that in this shot, the pop between here to here was pretty big. Okay, so guys, this is probably gonna. This is what I want. So here, let's drop this down. This is why I kind of like to not have drawing substitutions on the eyelids. You can really get some nice, see that? Some nice facial acting. Last thing, let's just loosen. So maybe. There you go. Nice. So that's our version. You guys see? He's moving in that arc. That's what I like. Let's do an arc check. That's like I'm literally trying to learn right now. So we want to be as good as we can. Let's go color. Just check these arcs real quick. So I'm on this. Let's make this a little bigger so we can all see it. We just match the face. Three, four. Right. And it kind of goes back. So like this kind of motion. I'm okay with that. Last thing, let's put this on twos actually, before we do our arc checks. That's the master. I don't need these keyframes. That's just the master controllers. Oh no, I converted to 3s. That. See what happens when it's on 2s. Because it's not evenly timed, right? So there you go. It's fine. Ah, that looks better. So let's watch. Yeah. I like that. It follows a nice arc. All right. Right, that's our version on 2s. And if we play this guy, let's go back here. Oops. Nice. Okay, so now let's do some facial acting. What time is it? We got half an hour. So let's mute this because I don't want to fucking get another strike on me. Where's the scene? Like the act. This is what I want. This dialogue piece. We can. So see that? See how when he's talking. This is what I really like. He's not just constantly looking at the person he's talking to. He's looking around. His pupils are moving as well. Also, when he's moving, it's not all like same tempo. So it's not anticipate, overshoot, settle. It's not always like that, right? It's faster. It's varied. Let's take a look. So he is. Let's do this look first with his eyebrows because I like this kind of where he closes his eyes. Okay. So he goes, yeah. Blinks as he's changing expression. And then here, this is not really much going on, comes down and he closes his eyes. Doesn't It's like a slower blink. And then he goes into a head turn. So we're gonna try that. What is he? 3/4 front. That's what we want. But I don't even need dialogue for this because it's basically like, you know what a hidden accent when you're doing the dialogue, you can kind of just like copy and paste these little micro movements in the face. So for this, he's gonna be basically just a neck up shot. Set it up. Gonna be looking at someone just like this. And if you're watching and you know this show, it's really really nice to watch. Animation is really good. Some scenes are whatever, but there's a lot of funny scenes and there's a lot of emotion in the show, which is pretty cool. So we're here. Just regular. He's talking, blah, 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 blah. Doesn't want to lose my place. So neutral, up. Shoulders are rising up a little bit as his face rises up. Now, how many frames? 2, 4, 6, 8. So 8 frames. And notice after he's up, his eyebrows are continuing to go up for another 2 frames. Okay. So let's do neutral mouth. Right, kind of looking down this way. Like this. Also, guys, just a big thank you to everyone who watched the most recent tutorial we made, Ultimate Guide to Front Walk Cycles. I had that idea in my head for a long time to do one like that, and we got another request to do a quarter front tutorial the same way, and that's what I'm going to be working on. So, okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8. We're going to keyframe that. So on this frame, he slightly goes up. Arms, his shoulders slightly go up. Just like this. And his head, I mean, I guess this is where a master controller will come in handy with the head tilts. But whatever, we'll just do it this way. Very subtle. I guess the best way to handle this. Up. This is going to drop down. Like that. Right? See how that's lifting? And now we'll grab the face. Move it up slightly. I'm using the arrow keys for this. Stretch it up a little bit. And his expression will change to happy. Okay, so this is an expression change, I guess. From neutral, then they blink and do a quick expression change, which is cool. I'll have the eyebrows like this. Right, try and get some nice arcs even in the eyebrows. And both of his eyes are like that. Now, what we got to do is make sure enough negative space. I think in the new rig, I'm going to make his pupils smaller because maybe not. I got to do something with that. So here, that's our second pose. Now, I'm sure it's probably just a regular ease in and ease out. Let's check. So he goes here. Like his head moves this. It may just be an ease out. Like there's probably no ease, or sorry, an ease in. So if we go here, I'm gonna just ease into this by like 100. Right? Okay. And right away, we know we want the eyebrows to continue 2 frames. Okay. And he starts his blink before he even starts to move. He blinks down, eyebrows also go down. Notice that on the blink and come back up. So it's like 1, 2. So this is already closed. That's actually pretty interesting. So but for us, it'll be a little bit harder because we don't have these drawing substitutions. So we'll go before he moves, blink. By frame 2, he's in a full, eyes are fully closed. Right? Then he starts open. So I guess we could just leave it. Now for our eyebrows, he literally just drops them down like this. This might be too much. Let's have this frame disappear. Yes. So I think this show is on 2s and 1s, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. Now, does his head drop down is what I want to know. No. But I think what I'm not doing is he actually goes up a little bit. Okay. And he's talking. So they kind of ease into that mouth shape. So we can go. Right, let's just say. All right. It's a pretty nice way to do an expression change. Now let's convert this to 2s. We can do our next one. Okay, I don't really care about actually making it on 2s. I just need it should be some other face. And then here, I want these lids. I don't want them to move too much. We'll just stop them there and delete that frame. That's why in cases like this, drawing substitutions may be a little bit quicker. But I do like the control you get. Okay. Let's go here. Okay, that's looking good. Right. Right, and it's very subtle. So let's go next. So he blinks. He talks for a little bit, blah 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 blah, not really moving. So here, right, he's literally just a frozen frame, and then he goes down, and that is like a very soft accent when he closes his eyes, and he turns right away. So let's get that pose. So we're gonna go up. We'll give him a few frames to breathe. Right? And like I feel this is a good way to learn. I mean, I'm not really sure, but like once I copying these poses, I'm copying the timing. I can, use it in my own work with other characters and other scenarios, right? Just knowing the timing. So it goes with eyebrows moving first. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Like 2, 4, 6, 8. We'll say 10 frames. So now eyebrows are down, eyes are closed, head is tilted down, shoulders are also down, and his body is hunched forward. That's what I love about these, waist up shots. You don't have to worry about anything below the body, below the waist, right? If it's off camera, you don't have to draw it, you don't have to pose it. Now for here, that's really because we can put deformers on these eyelids. Let's make them nice and round. It's a little bit funny to get it to work properly. But it adds a lot, I think. Here, eyebrows, he kind of just drops them. They don't really change shape that much. Mouth. Got to dip his head a bit. So just drop it. Now for this is where it really happens. We're gonna drop his sideburns. This thing needs to go up. This way. You can kind of just rotate everything. It's a little funny looking. We got to make sure these are lined up. Nice. Yeah, guys, and any questions, anything to add, just post it in the comments. Let me know. So let's take a look. What kind of ease is this? He seems it's like a pretty ease out. And then he eases in, like so. We'll go like this. I'll say like 88, ease out. And now here, I'm gonna go, we'll ease in actually as well. Let's try this. So we'll ease in, also 88. This time, like from here to here, let's throw a keyframe and extend this. What happens? It's not really reading like his is. It eases too much. What if we just add an ease like this? Right? That's a little better. So his eyebrows, those will start a little sooner. So instead of I'll make it like 45. Oops, close. This, we'll make it like 45. But they're still moving, so let's move them back as well. They start before everything. And do his eyebrows keep moving? Let's check. No. See. Actually, before we move these eyebrows, I want to try something. Might just be easier if everything's in line. I'm going to grab his head. I'll kind of make the ease out a little stronger. Here, we'll do the same. There you go. Okay, let's move these eyebrows back. 2 frames or something. Like here, I guess you really want to take your time. Like, you don't really want to rush this pose because it needs to read like slow. Right? And usually what I would do is I would go like this. I would have the eyebrows come up before they go down. I don't know if you need it, right? Maybe you don't need it. Right? Especially because we had them go down before. So let's kind of just stick to the script here. The eyebrows went down and up, now they just go back down. Let's have it's like this kind of smile. I think also the placement of the mouth is going to be key. Actually, I'll drop place. That looks better. Convert this to twos. Right, so the animation style in Final Space seems to be very, very simple. You know, not a lot of extra, unnecessary movement. Everything kind of has a purpose. I like that. Very clean, very clean. Okay, we got 5 minutes left. Let's get this head turn in, and then I think we're good. Okay, so now he goes here. Two, four, six. And again, a pretty big pop. Normally you have like a middle head position to kind of bridge that gap. But even in a slow scene like this, an intense scene like this, he literally pops from this. Pretty heavy ease out as well. Okay. Try it. Here, you can go right like this. And I think for me, for this rig, well, let's take a look at his body. Right, he just slightly moves up, and that's it. It doesn't even settle his shoulders. His shoulders go down and up. There's no overshoot and settle. It's just one kind of movement. That's what I'm talking about with the like very not unnecessary. You know, there's not a lot of unnecessary stuff. Like we could use the master controllers and just tween it, but to just practice more, let's flip the head. I don't think I've ever worked in a studio where they used a full 360 rig. I just don't think it's realistic. Like the riggers just simply do not have time to rig a whole cast of characters. So it's usually just a 180 rig with a flip. So getting to, if you're used to just animating everything on a 360 rig, it may work against you when you get into a studio. Okay, so he is a nice. Oops. It would be nice if I had like a reset. There. This is going to come all the way down so we can see his eye. He's going to be looking in this direction. It's the same thing. Flat eyes. You do this a lot in this show, like a straight line at the top and completely round at the bottom. Go. Turn. There's going to be a slight rock in his body. Let's do that. Maybe this will come up too. But there's not going to be any overshoot and there's not going to be any settle in the shoulders. Okay. And also, let's take a look at the arc. Look, he dips down pretty much pretty big here, and then comes straight up. Let's count the frames. They usually do 8 to 10, it seems. So like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay. And I noticed too, like 2, 4. And then you add 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So there's a lot more cushion on the end of this head turn. The beginning happens pretty quick, but the end, it take like 6 or I think 6 frames to settle. Let's get rid of this. So here we're going to do the same kind of deal as we did with that other turn. Grab his face, move it this way. His head is going to start coming down. These pieces are going to start turning. I would love his other ear. Where's that? Oh. Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm almost done. This here. It's starting to turn. This is going to start coming this way. This way. Right, and we want this. Ooh, that might be too much. Okay. And his body's not turning, so we just got to worry about his head. But what we should do, sorry, is this. Ugh, I hate how there's so many keyframes. We don't need any of them. Let's get rid of these. Get rid of those. Okay. Now, does his body drop down? Let's say yes, it does. Slightly. Very slightly. So we'll go on his master shadow. We'll literally just move everything down slightly like this. Right? Down. Like he's not even turning towards the eye, he is sort of. He's slowly. Maybe a little bit more, actually. Also, flatten these eyebrows. Right? And then as he turns, kind of in line. It's kind of in line with his body. So I'm gonna need my onion skin for this. And I'm gonna drop There. It's pretty straight down. You can copy this body because it doesn't flip. I don't want it to be the same. Hey, watch that. Okay. It does not happen. Straight, keep it down. Right, same kind of in line. So maybe this is coming up too far. Up enough. Okay, we still want to see a little bit of the neck. So when he comes down, he's moving in like an arc. See how mine's going straight up? Moving more in this pattern. And the head is kind of tilting slightly that way. There, that's what I want. And for his eyes, right down, widen like this. So we'll have his eyes like that. Yes. Down. Down. It should be straight. I guess some shows just have like a style of eyelids they usually do. It seems they usually do straight ones. And then you come up. Oh. Now let's see. Let's try the tweens, and then we should be good to go. So, body, master. From here to here, we're gonna tween, and then there's a jump. There's a big jump, and then from here to here, we also tween. Let's see. Now see, that is a big jump. Like from I might need an in between just because my face jumps a lot more than his. But what we can also do, use our deformers to our advantage. I would normally never do this because you'd have the views. We can adjust. Let's add our tweens. This one is it's just a really heavy ease in and out, out and in. So it's a little too fast for me, I think. Yeah. So mine seems to be popping. Let's count the frames again. So down, 2, 4, 6. It's only I think there's just more of a, like, my head turn is a lot bigger. So I'm gonna need a front view. They don't, because his head is basically in the same spot when it turns. There's a lot more crap on my head, I think. So it would be best just to bridge that gap. Right? I'm gonna need this. And obviously I'd have to like fix that, but I think we can get away with this now. Okay, so recap, guys. I'm out of time, so I'm gonna just quickly not finish up the last one. But we have this turn. Close and close that. And a quick turn. So this turn came out a lot better, I think. But yeah, that's it, guys. So let me know if you guys like this. I'm going to be doing this a lot more because I found I learn a lot. And yeah, it's just fun. It's fun to analyze and break down some shows. So let me know some shows that you guys want to see me analyze like this, and we can do those videos as well. So thanks for watching, and I'll see everyone in the next live stream. Have a good night, guys.